He is, in fact, with us right now. Fabiano, congratulations. Welcome back to the show. It felt like there's no difference between you two guys. After 40th move and all the way into the end game, how did you create that separation? When did you know that you finally achieved that separation?
Yeah, it was rather silly because I played the opening in a terrible way, as I often do in this Italian. I don't know why I keep playing it, but I got a slightly worse position, like just slightly worse. And it kind of reminded me a bit of the game we played last year, where I was slightly worse for most of it. And then when he gets into time trouble, he makes some rather questionable decisions. Like I thought rook e7 was a very strange decision because I'm slightly worse and also I can't do anything. And then he allows me a pretty risk-free position. I didn't feel like I was any more in danger.
Rook e7 at
he played,
this point?
Yeah, very
allowing
strange.
rook takes
like
c5,
queen c7 or something. Yeah, he just changed the structure with no time, which I understand. He wanted to release the tension because, okay, it's a tense position and he had 30 seconds, but it's clear black is maybe slightly better, maybe much better, but certainly not worse. And after rook e7, I'm definitely not worse anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I felt, and I started to play more or less for win because I have more time and I didn't feel like I was worse. Then, of course, it was a dead draw.
And he made the time control with this last move, g5, knight d2, h4, and knight takes e4. How did you see your chances of winning this game at this point?
Like 1%. Like the position, the problem is that his knight is so good that I can't really create threats. And not only that, my king is also vulnerable. So I thought the position is a dead draw, and I didn't even feel like white can really play this position. Like it felt, if someone's playing for a win, it's just as much black as white. Like neither side can really play for a win. I thought if he wants to force a draw, the easiest was before king e8.
Yes.
Knight d4 is just okay.
That's what we were expecting
ready,
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here I can't. I have to take. And the point is, these queen endings can sometimes be tricky. Okay, this is just immediate perpetual. They can sometimes be tricky if his queen is on, for example, d7. But on h5, he can go to g4 if he wants. He can go to h8 if he wants. So I kind of have to take on d4. And then he played king e8, and I was actually for like 5 minutes I was thinking, okay, I'll play queen d5 and make a draw. And then suddenly I saw bishop f6 is still risk-free. Oh, sorry, king g1, king g1 not bishop f6.
Yeah.
Is kind of risk-free, and it's a little bit tricky for him. Because first I thought, okay, knight d4 should be a dead draw, but then I thought bishop d4, queen d7, king f2, well, cd4 also king f2, queen d7, king f2. So I think queen d, yes, if cd4 then king f2 as well. And here, okay, queen d4 I would get a winning pawn endgame, and if cd4 I play this, at least I assume it's winning. I mean, and cd4 I play e5, and it's like a little bit unpleasant. He got into time trouble and he didn't want to play his position. Like I play queen e4, queen d5, I get my queen in, the king kind of blocks the d pawn. It's risk-free. I mean, okay, probably a draw. Like,
there's something to play for, right?
Yeah, there's something to play for suddenly. And then I thought his last moment when, like I thought his idea, so it was interesting, when he played this queen h5 move, this is when I actually had some hope. Because if he wants to play queen h3, then it forces queen a8, knight f8, and I had realized that this position is, like queen h3 here, for example, instead of queen h5. Queen a8, he has to play knight f8 to avoid losing the queen, and bishop e7, queen h2 is a draw. King f3, queen h1, it's very important, he goes to h1, king g4, and queen d1. Maybe maybe f5 is dangerous, but in any case, like he doesn't risk because my bishop on e7 is loose, so my king doesn't really have anywhere to go.
Right.
So when he played queen h5, I realized that he wanted, the only reason to put the queen on this square is to play king g6, so you don't lose the queen. And I started to feel some hope in this endgame because it's very, very tricky. I don't know, I guess it's a draw, but it's a very tricky draw after bishop e5. I mean, with no time, like, you know, white doesn't risk.
And
so
he played it well.
To go into this.
He played it well, and I think it was this moment when he played the move g4, which gave you some clear chances. King to g4 seems to have been the better move, but again, with only a few seconds on the clock winding down.
But the problem is this is
not easy.
This is a race, right? Like
it's
I can play bishop c7, and then I bring my king. He takes g3. I mean, king d3.
Yeah.
Like okay, g4, I guess the race is fine for him, but
Yeah.
yeah, king c3, knight d4, bishop a5, king g3, bishop b6, like, okay, white doesn't risk, right?
Yeah.
Um,
96. seems
yeah,
to
knight
be
e6,
better.
probably he missed this move, which is important, and then he's in time.
Yeah.
So okay, it's drawing margin is high, but
It's easy to miss this type of moves, of course. Or
yeah,
miscalculate them.
yeah, this is kind of how it starts to sort of snowball when you it's a draw, and then suddenly you have to like make one difficult decision, and then suddenly it's not a draw anymore.
And we call this final moment when you played this move. I believe it was somewhere around, I'm trying to
Bishop
find
h6.
it, bishop h6. You played this move, bishop to h6 at this point. And we call this dark magic because it's, in fact, I believe the only move that wins this position. You found it very quickly. How did you do that?
Yeah, I kind of saw it in advance. I realized that once my bishop is on c3, it's just his knight is cut, and he no longer has any checks. Like his checks don't lead anywhere. So the bishop on c3 is ideal. Then my king goes to e4, and he doesn't have any anything. Like he's both tied to the pawn, and his king also gets cut off. And like after king e4, there's no longer knight d2, which was kind of what was saving him with the bishop on c7, right? He had this knight d2 check.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get my bishop there. I kind of quickly saw that this route is the way to do it. And king f6, then the king goes to e4, right? So, king f6, king c3, yeah. So it's
Not
no, wait,
immediately,
no,
right?
sorry, no,
Now
king
king
f6,
e4.
bishop to e.
No, king e4 is fine.
Ah, yeah, king e4. Okay, I even forgot what my intention was. But I guess king e4 was my intention.
Yeah,
Yeah, once the king is on e4, then he gets like bishop on e3, and then he gets cut. His king gets cut off. So, yeah, it was a tough game. What can I say?
Tough game, but very good result for your campaign and your chances to defend the title. Congratulations as you go into the rest day. Katerina, do you have any questions?
Didn't have any question, but let's ask some now. You are the sole leader, Fabi. You probably did not expect it yesterday to be sole leader after today. How do you feel?
Yeah, of course, excellent. I mean, things couldn't have possibly gone better. Like, I really shouldn't have made 2 points from the last two games. I mean, 1 point would have been normal from the positions, maybe 1.5, but 2 is definitely really unexpectedly good. And yeah, it's a bit up and down for everyone else. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people who are close, and it's just getting started. So it's not like I'm getting ahead of myself yet. But it's of course very good to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Fabi, happy to be your wingman on this ending. Amazing determination. There was just one brief moment at the very, very, very end. King F5.
Right.
And it was this moment caused us a little bit of mirth. But did you see the move knight d2 at the very end? Just had to ask.
Oh my God. Is it still winning?
It's still
Yes,
winning.
it's still winning. It's still winning. I assure you. But it was a nice moment.
Because-
it was a very
oh my
funny
God.
moment.
No, but this is like almost spoiling it. Yeah, I have to play bishop a5, knight g3, king e5, right?
Bishop a5, knight c4, bishop c7.
Bishop c7.
Oh wait, what am I? I'm hallucinating. I thought. Okay, never.
You
yeah,
are
no,
winning. You are winning. But knight d2 is fun.
At the moment, I'm really hallucinating everything. For a second, I thought the knight on d2 could take g3. I thought this was like a super knight. I was getting really worried. Like this knight takes g3 check is also a threat. And
Right.
no, at the moment, I'm kind of hallucinating things. So let's not talk about chess anymore.
Go get your rest. Congratulations, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Knight d2. That would have been fun. That would